Hi friends, welcome back to a backend application using the Node and Express.js for CRUD API implementation. In the last class, we have completed the uh, user information, getting the user information or profile information. In this class, we are going to learn the how to implement the change user password or change the password. First, I'm going to explain the how to change the password using the diagrammatic representation. For this, I'm going to open my Excel drawer. If you see in the front end, my app contains the front end and back end. Suppose I'm going to in the change in current password, I'm going to give the I'm going to give the two inputs like a old password, like existing password and new password. New password. If you click on the after giving these two things, if you click on the submit button, it will call a request to backend application for the change password API, change password functionality. But here we are going to call this change password after login into the our application in the front end part. First we have to do the login. First we have to login into the application. Then we have to change. Then we have to change the existing password. For that, here we are in the request, we are passing in the request, we are passing the three things here. One is the old password, new password, and inside this request itself only contains the cookie. Cookie means we are going to get the one token from by logging into the application. We are going to send that cookie also with request. In the cookie, where this cookie will helpful means we in the before going to trigger into the change password, we are going to do the some verification or some middleware it contains in the application itself only. In the middle of this application, middle of this actual logic only, change password logic only, there is a middleware called authentication middleware. Here we are going to check the whether cookie is correct or not, whether the cookie information is right or not. We are going to check this in the middleware. Then we are going to call the actual logic of change password. We are going to see this implementation in using here in my application. First, I'm going to open my controllers of user controller. Here, I'm going to create the change user password equal to async handler. In this, it is a asynchronous function. For this async keyword I'm going to use, and request response and next I'm going to pass. Here I'm going to wrap it into the try catch block. It is error. I'm going to copy this code from my previous function also, and can minimize this. And here first I'm going to get the user id equal to request.user.id. It is coming from the middleware. Which middleware? Authentication middleware. This middleware we are going to check the token. After token checking, we are going to decode the token. Decoding token, we will get the like id, email, and few things also there in the token itself only. After decoding, uh, we are going to use only id, email address. In this we are going to destructuring here. After this, const user equal to wait, first we are going to check the whether user id is present in my user model or not. For that, user dot find by id. Inside this find by id, I'm going to pass the user id. I'm going to pass the user id. If I'm going to check the condition, if not of user equal to throw new API error, throw new API error. 404 user does not exist. User does not exist. User does not exist. not exist. After this, if user is present, we will get the two things like a old password, comma, new password from request.body itself. Request.body. If you see the in this request itself, the request contains the three things. One is the like old password and new password. Another one is the cookie. Cookie we are going to get in the form of request dot cookies. Like token is getting in the form of request dot cookies. But these things like old and new password we will get in the form of request body. We are going to first check this password, this old password with the existing password present in the user model. For that, I'm going to use the is password is correct. Is password is correct. User dot is correct password. Is password is password is pass correct. I'm going to use. Inside this, I'm going to pass the old password. If condition not satisfied, I'm going to throw is pass correct is not satisfied. I'm going to throw an error called throw new API error called 400 comma invalid credentials. Invalid credentials. If the condition is satisfied, if the password is correct, both are correct, I'm going to proceed with the I'm going to proceed with the changing the password. For that, I'm going to use the this user dot password equal to new password. Then I'm going to save this after after writing this into the new password. I'm going to save the user await user dot save. Inside this you have to pass an property called before valid before save validate before save. I'm going to make it as a false. It will help us when the validation is present in the my user model. I'm going to making as a false. If we should not do this thing, it will going to validate. It will going to perform some validations with the password. It will going to throw. If the validation is false, it will going to throw some errors. After completing this, I'm going to check in the password. I'm going to get the updated information. Updated user equal to await user like user dot find by id user dot find by id. I'm going to pass user dot underscore id user dot underscore id. uh, Here also you can check this once again. Updated user you will get. If you did not get the updated user, I'm going to throw an error again. API error of 404 404 user does not exist. User does not exist. Suppose user is present, user is there. We are going to call the response. Return response dot status of 200 of dot JSON new API response, not error response. In this, I am going to pass 200 comma updated user comma message like a password updated successfully. Password updated successfully itself. Come to the Postman, open the Postman application. I'm going to delete this previous thing. I'm going to create one more request. You can call as change password. But before creating this, you have to run the application. But uh, here in the routes parts, I haven't configured this into the routes section. First, you have to export this change user password and come to the routes section, routes folder. Here, router dot route of slash change password change password dot put method. I'm going to use put method. I'm going to use the authentication. Here we have to do first we have to call the authentication. Then after this authentication is successful, I'm going to call the change user password. Change user. In the import section also you will able to see it is automatically imported from the user.controller.js controllers.js. If you go to the here change password, you have to write the change password slash API slash v1 slash user slash change password. Here change it to the put method, but we have to log it first. Before logging, I'm going to show how to the response will be. Here you have to write old password. I'm giving. I'm going to give the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and give the new password. Admin 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you click on the send button, maybe I haven't run the application. Create new terminal and npm run. First do the ls. I'm in the project folder only. Npm run dev. See, application is running successfully. The server is running on port number 7662. Go to the Postman. See, if you click on this, I got the error like a it is not defined at middleware error middleware. Where is this response coming from? Let's go to the user controller here. Okay, maybe here I'm going to use. If you click on this one, see, if you click on the send button again, I got the error called this error message is coming from the catch. This catch block because I have used the this one error, but previously I have used the ERR. The due to that only I got the error message. This if you click on the send button, see user.is password correct is not a function. What is the correct method? Go to the model section, like not routes, models. In the user model, user.models, compare password. Compare password. Compare password. Now we can send invalid credentials. Invalid credentials means I haven't logged into the I did not log into the application. You have to for you have if you want to change the password, you have to log into the application. For that, first you have to log into the application. I'm going to click on the send button in the log with giving the credentials like email and password. If you click on this, you're logged into the application. You're logged into the application with you. I got the access token also through response. Through response, I got the access token also. If you see message also, user logged in successfully. If you go to the change password, if you try to give what is my password like, I'm going to change this password with my old password. This one only. I'm going to change with new. Suppose sorry, this one is the old password. This one I'm going to change with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to change with this. If you click on the send button, see, I have changed my password. Like I got the response message like a status code 200 and here message you see password updated successfully. Suppose if you go to the login in the login API, if you click on the send button with using the previous password, if you click on the send button, see I'm getting the invalid credentials because I'm getting like a password is incorrect. Password is incorrect. If you see here where this message also coming from in the stack, this message is coming from the user.controller.97 number. Go to here and in the 97, where is this? See, 97, I'm getting here. Like it will going to throw the error. It will going to catch the error uh, from here. Like from here, it will going to catch the error. Catch the error. Invalid credentials. Suppose I'm going to give the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to give this password and email is same. Email cannot be changed. Email is same only. If you try to send, click on the send button. See, I got the user information. Through this, we can get the profile section also. I'm going to get the profile section. Uh, Click on this here. See, I got user info successfully. See, email, full name, username, and ID. We have completed the changing the password also. If you see this logic. I'm going to collapse this, string this thing. If you see the change user password, I'm going to once again explain this. Const user ID. I'm getting the user ID. First, I'm going to get the user ID. Then I have to uh, check the my user ID is present in my user model or not using this find by ID. After getting this, I am going to do the condition check whether user ID is present or not. If it not present, I'm going to throw an error called user does not exist. User is if the user is present, I'm going to proceed with that. Getting the user old getting the changing the user password with the old password and new password. If the old, I'm going to compare with my old password with in the database password using the compare password. After compare password, suppose password is correct. I'm going to proceed with the logic part. If the password is not, I'm going to throw an error called invalid credentials. If the password is correct, I'm going to change with user.password equal to new password. And you have to must and should do this like 141. You have to save this with the property called valid before save equal to false. Then you have to again we want the new user information. You have to do the one more time find by ID. Find by ID. Then check the once again the user is existed or not. Then after checking this, you have to return the response. If in this in the try block you will get any error, it will catch the error here in the catch block and it will proceed with the triggering the error. Triggering the error. If you like my content, if you like my explanation, please like the video and subscribe the channel and support my channel.